Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Coleman, mortgage broker with Price Mortgage. Today, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said, "Hey, pretty much, I hope you're stocked up with food." He's all, "Why do you say that?" And I thought, wow, there are a lot of people in the dark about food, and there being over 100 food processing plants that mysteriously have burned down in the United States here in the past 6 months. This is a very abnormal amount of food processing plants to be burning down in 6 months. So if you go back and do some research, how many food plants have burned down in the past, in a year, it's not even close to where we are right now. And then we're going to add in this new thing in California where we're going to lose about 70,000 independently owned truck drivers who are self-employed. They don't work for a company, so they don't pay their W-2 taxes. They, wait till the end of the year and decide how much they have to write off, and the government wants their taxes. And so they say it's about, not getting health care and whatnot, but obviously they don't care about your health or my health or the trucker's health. And so what happens when we lose 70,000 truckers in California? I mean, look at the two ports where we import from. I believe it's up near Long Beach and up north in California. How much comes in through those ports via truck driver? I think that's something we all need to pay attention to when it comes to supply chain and how that's going to affect everything else. Everything. The other thing I want to mention is the concrete shortage coming up in about 2 weeks. They're already starting to have concrete shortages around the country, and that's going to affect housing, and that's going to affect how many houses can be built. Now, it's already a fact that builders' traffic is slowing down. People aren't ordering homes. We here in Arizona made another list. We are now part of the top 10 highest contract cancellations in the nation. Yes, we are averaging 24.5% of all contracts being canceled right now on purchase contracts. 24.5%. But the good news is 75.5% are still selling. So that's the good news. I think builders, they're coming out with a bunch of incentives and price dropping. I think they're slowing down on building and just trying to unload specs right now. Homes that have already been, not spoken for or have fallen out, and they're building them and they're in process of building them. But I think they've stopped. And this is a nationwide thing. This is not just Arizona. And so I think with the concrete, the slowdown of the builders, the higher interest rates. In 2006, I was working with a builder, and it was very slow in 2007, I think it was. And so I'd go there every weekend and sit there for Saturdays and Sundays with the agent. It was very slow. And at one point we were like, hey, what do we do to stimulate business? Hey, let's offer 2-1 buy downs. But you know what? Nobody ever hardly took those 2-1 buy downs because that wasn't the problem. The problem was prices were too high. With the interest rates, they were too high. They had just run up so high that, what happens when you take a 2-1 buy down and it goes up, your payment goes up the next year and goes up the next year, and the home value goes down, and say you put 10% down, and let's say home prices fall, values fall 10, 15, 20% in the next 12 to 18 months. And now you have this higher interest rate, and then all of a sudden interest rates drop because we need to stimulate the economy. Well, you're upside down in your home and you can't take advantage of those great new rates, can you? So there's a lot of consumer sentiment that is driving the market. And consumer sentiment, regardless of if inventory is not at normal supply, I think we're at 16,500 in Maricopa County, all things, coming soon, whatnot. But if the consumer sentiment, if the demand is not there, it doesn't matter how much supply we have or how little supply we have, the demand is drying up. And so we're looking at, the top 10% income earners are the ones that can afford to buy these priced homes with these interest rates. I think we're going to see there's a lot of a lot of people in my profession that are in denial, but the layoffs are heavy, heavy, heavy. I mean, we're talking like, I think I read Chase is laying off like 40 to 60% of its mortgage, Wells Fargo. I'm just seeing massive layoffs, massive. I'm seeing people get out of the business. Loan Depot dumped 60% of its employees, 60%. So, I mean, that's got to tell you right now that some hard times are ahead of us if the people stop spending. You know, that affects every business in every which way. So I'm not sure if you're following Sri Lanka or the Dutch farmers right now or the Italian farmers or all the farmers over there. They are blockading, they're dumping manure on city official government buildings. They're trying to reduce the farming emissions by 30%. So that means like they're saying cows farting is a problem, which is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. This is a left socialist agenda by the World Economic Forum. And if you're not paying attention, it's coming here. They're already trying to get farmers to stop, like burn their crops. They're paying farmers to burn their crops. I mean, this is an intentional push to create a famine. And if you control the food, you control the people. So stock up on food. I'm just putting this out there. Stock up on food. You have the truckers, you have the food situation, and it's going to get pretty rough here. We're not done with inflation at all. By October, food is going to be another 40% higher than it already is. My grocery bill for the three of us has already gone from $200 to $400. Now, I can't even imagine when that gets to $600 for just my basic, food run. I'm just telling you guys, be prepared. Get on YouTube, check out Mother Trucker Asian. They're blocking California highways now. I mean, the revolution is starting worldwide. This World Economic Forum thing is going to piss a lot of people off. And if you listen to what Putin's saying, I mean, whether you agree with, Vladimir Putin, he knows what's going on. We are shooting ourselves in the foot here by, boycotting the gas and by not producing our own energy. We're just killing ourselves, and it's intentional. So I just want to put this out there so you're aware of what's going on. The housing market is in some turmoil, and I'm feeling it. And if someone says they're not feeling it, they may be one of the top 2% that aren't feeling it right now. But it's coming for you. And I think I'm just putting this out there so all my friends, family, and followers are aware. Please research these things. YouTube is a great place to find these subjects. Research Michael Burry. He was the only one that called for the crash of the housing market in 2006, 7, and 8. He was the one that called it, and he bet The Big Short is the movie, if you haven't seen it. Now, he is calling, again, for a huge stock market decline, housing bubble bursts, etc. He puts out tweets, and then he deletes his tweets. So there are people on there that are capturing his tweets, and he puts in the homework. Unlike most of us, we don't put in the homework on the economy. So these are people that I follow, and I find extremely thought-provoking. Let's just say that. So please get out there, stock up on food before it becomes very expensive. The meat supply, the bugs that they want us to eat, check it out. It's not, tinfoil hat stuff. It is absolutely 100% what President Trump was warning us about. Everything he said is coming to fruition. In fact, I had a conversation with my friend Robert the other night, and he's like, "Oh, screw Trump, blah." I said, "But, I mean, did you really care about, I didn't really care about politics, but now you care. You did vote for that other guy." Yeah, so at the end of the day, how you feel? Well, he says, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Now it's affecting my bottom line. Now it's affecting my pocket. I mean, the stocks are crashing. Housing is, we're at the highest inflation we've seen. I'm not trying to get political here, but we are getting political here. And these people running the show they absolutely hate Americans. That's the only thing I can take away from this. So please stock up on food, canned goods, freeze some meat, get a generator in case we start experiencing rolling blackouts. Look what's going on in Germany and what they did. You know, they joined the boycotts or whatever of Russia, and that's where they get their natural gas from. And then they got rid of all the coal, and now what are they going to do? Burn wood? So the first people to get the wood are going to be the ones keeping warm, and the rest of them are just going to have to bundle up in winter clothes to keep warm for the rest of the winter. It's not a good situation. Sri Lanka, not a good situation. There's plenty of other countries, and look what's going on with the euro against the dollar right now. That's a 20% swing right there. So we are definitely going to Europe this fall to see our daughter. So excited. So we'll be in London this fall, and for my birthday actually. So I'm excited. Hey, I hope you take my information here not with a grain of salt. I hope you go out and stock up on food and supplies that will have good shelf life. Freeze that ground beef, cut them into 1 pound, and freeze them. And get a generator. Get a generator, so in case we have rolling blackouts, your food doesn't go bad in the freezer. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate your follow. Appreciate the likes, the subscribes. And until next time.